Tame, Rebuile Rape. Mr. Sekhukhune is right here.
Mr. Sekhukhune.
Ikosi Alpelumoya is right next to me. Sekhukhune, you get your turn. Coach Yagago, we are not sure whether what's Amaya or one or Wiragalang, Sema, Wabu Siam.
Look, at the moment, and it's an issue that the management has to deal with and deal with decisively, because the uncertainty cannot sit well with the players. Who's coaching you? You go into a big game. You are in the quarterfinals of a cup competition. There are deliverables that are there for whoever is the coach, and you want to win this thing. You've got the squad, you've bought the players, you've gone through pre-season, you've invested a lot. You needed somebody to head the technical department.
Lofono, changes days before game tournament. And by the way, you say you want to win the tournament. Is it a good idea?
And he even did the press conference.
It's not a good idea at all. I mean, obviously the red flags should have been there before, and the management should have seen that and addressed the issue. And I think it doesn't augur well with the team, and of course you can't play such a very important game without a coach.
Not only the coach, Mamposa. We saw Tinashe, who's an astute analyst, was Sekhukhune, moving the other direction, going to Mamelodi Sundowns.
He's upgraded.
Does that put a hamper in terms of it dampens the mood for everybody else? Does it put a speed bump to say we can't win this thing?
Look, at the time that Tinashe moved across, the new coach was arriving. So you would say he didn't work much with the new coach. So the new coach, it's not like he was somebody that the coach relied on. So the team had to go through pre-season without him. So they had managed that in terms of being able to go, and they've got new analysts that are there, and they've started anew in being able to be there. But what you've got, and for me the biggest shock is the coach's one. Yeah. Because what formation are you going to play? You've been training a certain formation. You've been playing next to Lufuno because you know this is what he's going to be able to give you. Linda would have been training next to Weber. New coach arrives, goes, If it is to be Lushonolo, what were the issues that made him leave? Are they still not there? Because now we're bringing back the Jamie Weber again. You may be substituted in the 23rd minute this time because you never know what could happen. So those are the challenges that one sits with at Sekhukhune.
And just briefly, Lufuno, there seems to be a bit of stability in the other camp, City, where you see players coming in, where you see Makaringi. Can we then confidently say they have the upper hand going into this match?
Yeah, I mean, look, City, they've signed their players early. They knew who they wanted, and they made those deals very, very early. So they are very stable in their camp. I know, obviously, Coach Eric knows exactly what he's looking for in this game. And you have heard that, this season it's make or break for him. He needs to win something. And this is an opportunity to win a trophy. In MTN, it's easy to win because you play less games. So he's there. He's got the team. They've bought the players for him. There is no excuse about the City team. There's one team that really boosted very strongly in the market. So he needs to go there and perform.
Performance? That's one team that we have to expect performance from, and it's the one that wears canary yellow. Your team, Mamposa, the one called Klorkop, the dusty streets of Klorkop.
The kings of the league. Look, from a Sundowns perspective, as it's been said, and you've said this to Lufuno, Coach Manqoba is the man in charge.
He's in charge.
Coach Manqoba, and you look at the way that Sundowns went about their pre-season, they may have not started well, but pre-season is not about starting the pre-season well. You need to be as close as possible to match day simulation. And the way that they've been doing, they've been putting play. You're looking at the likes of Nkosi coming in. You're looking at the likes of Mabena being a big part. You're looking at the likes of Maseko who've changed position. So Sundowns have pretty much got their team that is sorted out. You've got Coach Steve that is now back. You've got Forhloza. So all that has settled. It's been a team that's been seamless in terms of the new arrivals, new technical team members, new analysts. So when you look at it, from a Sundowns perspective, there's the following thing. You are Mamelodi Sundowns. You are the champions of the league. And this is the one trophy that you've always battled to win. Yet the first coach to win this MTN 8 was Coach Manqoba. Now there's been changes in the MTN 8. So Coach Manqoba, it's a good omen that he should be able to carry on forward and be able to do that. Numbers have changed. We have a new number 10 at Sundowns because the old number 10 decided winning trophies was no longer his thing. He's going to go elsewhere. So those are some of the things that are going to be able to be there, the changes that are going to be there. And it should be positive because Coach Manqoba has said time and again, he's going to play a bit quicker. He's going to use width, and there's going to be positional changes for the likes of Maseko.
You know, but when they say the more things change, the more they stay the same. When he's talking about playing quicker, we've seen that happen before with Coach Hulani, when they were, they were playing a quicker type of football, but they seemed a bit more vulnerable at the back. He's saying they're going to change the formation that they play, 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Will that suit them?
Yeah, I think if you look at Manqoba, and I said Manqoba is the longest serving technical team at Sundowns. He's been there. He knows what is good for Sundowns. I've listened to him, and when he speaks football, and you listen, because really, he's not a man that speaks a lot, but when he speaks, then you can understand, this man knows football, and he knows exactly what he wants with this Sundowns team. And why I'm saying that, because you hear what he talks about players that he wants to switch, and he wants to do that. Expect a different Sundowns to the one that we have seen or accustomed to when Mr. Chameleon was there.
It makes sense why he was touted to be going in your direction at some point, Nelly Matla.
Well, we don't know about that.
They got more problems there.
So, Mamposa, now, because we've seen these changes and we know Manqoba has won this thing, is it a must for Sundowns to win a trophy or change adjust?
The good thing is that Coach Manqoba himself knows. And in an interview, in a radio interview, he said, when you are the coach of Sundowns, you're expected to win these trophies, so the mandate still stands. So that tells you of the mentality from a technical perspective, because he's the head of the technical team and he's going to move that down to the players. Then it's the understanding that play with the swag and almost arrogance of saying we are Mamelodi Sundowns and we're going to put in a shift that's going to make sure that we win. So that expectation from a supporter's perspective, from a technical team perspective, we expect nothing but to lift that trophy.
And the minute you mentioned swag, I think of Apollos. Him not staying, is it disgruntled? Could it be that Wavaya?
Yeah, we don't know what to expect from him because, we all know that the teams that were looking for him, and he's still there, meaning that maybe the management is holding on him to say, look, don't go. And that on its own, really, it depends on how strong mentality he is as a player. Would he come in and forget about what happens in the boardroom and deliver on the field? Or alternatively, will use it as a way to say, no, you know what? I'm not going to put a shift, I want to leave. And we've seen with players that, start to either go AWOL or they don't pitch and force their hand to management to sell them.
Gentlemen, before Tsamane, I just want to wrap it up quickly. There's a moment where Maswanganye was running with the ball. He started the move and he ran with the ball. Mara, the ball didn't get to him. Was Mufokeng right to take a shot there, or he should have given to...
Look, hindsight is a beautiful thing, but I say Mufokeng, it shows a lot about him as a player. Yeah. He's willing to take the responsibility. He's willing to get in there and be able to say, I will take the responsibility and shoot. It just...
All right, was he supposed to shoot? Was he supposed to leave it?
Look, Mufokeng has dished good passes to other players. He was taking a responsibility as a player.
All right, responsibility, and that's how we're going to leave today's show. A very exciting one at that. Do make sure that you comment, you leave us a comment. Next week, Rijiga Vie, Dilo Ditlo Jiga, Sundowns Retla Wana Tlodla, Polokwane City Kabanza, Aritsev, Marabare Viao. Make sure that you are here, Leron, Retla Kopana Hap, I never.